What do we do? What did we do when our country from bios is also built against us? And it's all done to adjust, to push us down systematically. Police brutality happens tragically on the claim of trying to escape captivity. Cops claim their finger slipped and pulled the trigger accidentally. Now you gotta explain to the family they lost a loved one cause positionality. A bullet might have killed one but killed the whole family mentally. Last words. Cops still killing Negroes, something fucked up by the system and needs growth. A father too taking his kids to McDonald's right after the stove. Then he calls his wife letting her know that they on the way home. The last thing he says is I love you before he hangs up the phone. On the way back the cops lights blare and flash. I guess dispatch got a call about niggas being in the forecast. Pulled him to the side of the road, asked for his identification. Pistol equipped, they had their hand on the gun in preparation. For him to do something, anything to provoke him, so he can just smoke him. The dad reached for the dash and 12 pulls out the gun to threaten. Please don't, the father asked, but the next thing he knows he smoked. Murderers decided to take lives as soon as they hit the road. They empty the mag on one man and bloody all of his clothes. And his kids in the backseat wonder why daddy not breathing no more. By the time they hit the hospital, the heart monitor was an underscore. Is the badge for justice or justification? Truth is I couldn't tell you no more. For these are my last words, never forget them. I spent a lot of time here, only to miss them. Celebrate my life, I'm more than a victim. I think my time's up, I see the lights dim. Now the next thing I remember is the last words I said. I'm glad I picked them out, I think well said. If I knew it was my last, I would say more. But I leave this message to you, I'm not passing through the door. Looking for peace motivates the people, especially when the streets are giving desert eagles. In parts of the city where killing people was based off division. A place where a bullet can hit children, based on the position. Only all because they got mixed up with the opposition. Kids playing football in the driveway, shots raining out like any other day. But these ones sounded closer than usual, they looked towards Amari. Then I shook and started wondering why the homie got holes in their clothes. But the next thing you know, his body hit the floor and most of the kids run far away. His closest friends stay behind and try to keep life in his eyes. The efforts are futile and they start to cry cause what else they supposed to do? Amari's mom comes running out yelling, why my baby? He's only 6 years old and still had room to grow. It started with just 5 good friends playing football, now one's bleeding out on the floor. He mutters his last 4 words and says, hug me, I'm cold. 3 seconds he had after that until he left this world. His 2 arms dropped to the floor and the one who's Amari's now no more. For these are my last words, never forget them. I spent a lot of time here, only to miss them. Celebrate my life, I'm more than a victim. I think my time's up, I see the lights dim. Now the next thing I remember is the last words I said. I'm glad I picked them out, I think well said. If I knew it was my last, I would say more. But I leave this message to you, I'm not passing through the door. Single mother trying to make her way around the world. Only getting checks from 2 jobs she works with no child support. Only afford the rent and the food she has on the stove. Don't open that door for no one, good luck and man, I'll see you when I get home. Last thing she says and hears is I love you before she closes the door. And now today at the store, during her shit, she dealt with some fucked up shit.
Looks like you're in need of some money, how about we go to the back and you can?
But before he finished reaching, she punches him in the throat. Fuck you, ain't fuck out my store, she said. Man clenching his throat, he said, watch out,
I'll fucking kill you.
He leaves still clenching his throat, but with malice in his soul. Normally she's used to it, but she's always shaking up though. She gets off work and now she's on her way home, but here's something she doesn't want to.
Hey,